This month marks the anniversary of the choice of an entrepreneur to take a leap of faith. 3 years ago, who could have imagined the trials that a small business in Anderson would face in the year 2020? Well, certainly not Mark Bowers. He's the owner of Jack's Donuts in Anderson and with us today to talk about the third anniversary of that thriving and popular sweet spot. Mark, if you would, please share with us what you remember as you began to embark on this adventure.
Adventure is right. First of all, trying to convince, my family and friends that I was going to give up my job that I'd had 20 years to jump into this was a pretty big undertaking at first. And once they seen, the passion and the willingness to jump into this, and everybody got kind of behind me, just the initial nervousness going through the checklist of things that we were going to need was overwhelming, but Jack's corporate with Lee Markham was there from day one. We started out pretty good with our Facebook. As you remember, our Facebook just kind of led up to our opening, and that's helped us get the word out in Anderson. It's been a really good ride, especially with the challenges that we had over the last year, but I look back on it and I wouldn't do anything different than what we did from the start.
Let's talk about the present. What are we celebrating?
Sure. We're celebrating our third year here, being a part of the Anderson, Pendleton communities. So it's just a celebration of being here 3 years, celebration of just being a part of Anderson and this great community that we're in now.
What are some of the changes that you have seen in motion from the time you opened the doors until today?
Every year we've tried to bring something new to the table. We've brought our drink menus, new donuts, our ice cream this year. The biggest changes I've seen is changes in customer habits, customer things they look for, especially through the last year. People are more aware of a small business, wanting to come in and help them, support small businesses, support the ones that are trying to do better by their customers. And we've done every effort we can through the challenges of the last year and even up to today to adapt and grow and be able to change on a moment's notice. Those are the biggest changes that I've seen. We've added food delivery service through Grubhub. We're getting ready to add DoorDash to that lineup of delivery options. One thing here at the university, our drive-through service has went up probably 50% with people just coming in, drive-through service, kind of taking advantage of the no contact that we have in place that we can do here. So there's been a lot of changes, but being able to adapt and change throughout anything, and my staff, I can't go on about my staff enough. Their willingness to change, adapt the way they do things. It's a group effort for sure.
Let's talk about the challenges behind the counter. What's that been like for you?
The donut business in the mornings was, fast paced and all that, wearing the mask and, the hand washing in between, trying to keep the separation and the establishment at both locations. We chose to just shut down dining at the Enterprise Drive location because it's not a big location. And here we were able to keep the tables spaced with the 6 feet distancing, the markers on the floor. Staffing issues, and I've heard this from a lot of other owners, it's been a real struggle with people, when somebody comes down and they might not feel well, where you got to keep them out and all that. But as a whole, my whole team has just came through. They support each other. They're picking up shifts, working where they can. We're all pulling in together and trying to get through this, navigate our way through this. And I feel like we've done a real good job with that so far.
Any plans for anything new on the horizon right now that you can share with us?
Yeah, we're really focusing on our ice cream sales have went really well. We should be getting another delivery of our ice cream, some different flavors. The ice cream's going well. We're starting kind of a rotation of specialty donuts that we're going to be introducing here within the next month or so. So I'll tell people to stay tuned to our Facebook at Jack's Donuts of Anderson, but we'll be posting a special day, special celebration. We'll have some specials going on that day for that as well.
You've been networking quite a bit in the community. Your Facebook page has reflected a number of times that you go out to different organizations, many of them even frontline workers, and expressing appreciation to the community. Could you talk about that a little bit?
The community helps build business, and met a gentleman here in Anderson, Jeremy Adams. He's a customer of ours. Me and him have a real good relationship. He wanted to do the Monday delivery. That just went over great. Unfortunately, it's been put on hold, but we look to bring that back very soon. But we always are looking to support those frontline workers, the people that are going above and beyond, kind of behind the scenes. Don't get that recognition. You know, they're a big part of Anderson's success as well as ours. So.
And before we go, we would definitely have to ask, since opening and up to today, what would you say is the overall utmost favorite of your customers? Demand for more than anything else is?
I would say it's going to be a tie between the tiger tail and the caramel nut rolls for sure. We try to make enough, but sometimes we just can't do it. But yeah, the tiger tail and the caramel nut roll for sure.
Well, regardless of what your favorite is, remember to watch the Facebook page of Jack's Donuts of Anderson for some special celebration surprises. Mark Bowers, congratulations and thank you and your staff at both locations of Jack's Donuts for making our community a better place to live. Support Jack's Donuts and the other small businesses in your community because your community's future depends on it. That's the buzz of Madison County.